Hi Libra, and welcome to your November horoscope and tarot-scope. Mercury goes direct in your sign, 25 degrees of your sign on the 3rd of November, which I'm sure is quite a relief. Mercury will leave your sign on the 10th, but in that week of Mercury moving in a different direction, albeit in shadow, it is a time for you to get very clear on what you've learned about yourself in that short period of Mercury retrograde in your sign. Venus is in your sign and will be until the 21st, which is bestowing on you a glow, a radiance, a charisma, the ability to attract whatever it is that you want in terms of harmony and peace and love and money. And speaking of money, there is a new moon in Scorpio on the 15th at 23 degrees of Scorpio in your second house of finances and worth. This is a new moon that is touching the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, the third and final of the year in Capricorn, your sector of the past, but privacy and home as well. So whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, make sure that it's based from a place of what you've learned in the last year about what makes you feel secure. Your manifestations around this new moon want to focus on what would make you feel more secure going forward and work from there. Venus will enter your third house on the 21st, and the Sun will also enter your third house on that day. So there is an emphasis at the very end of the month on communication and verbalizing what it is that you want, connecting with siblings, connecting with neighbors, but also connecting with your voice. You have a voice, and it will be called upon you in the next month or so to act on it. There'll be an eclipse in your 9th house on the 30th, so your belief systems are changing, Libra, so it's important to remain very patient up until the very end of the month in terms of making significant changes and moves. And speaking of which, Mars is going direct on the 13th in your partnership zone, so those issues, that reflection are all coming to a head now, and from forward, you will start to feel a lot more energy and positive influence in your love sector.
Hi Libra, welcome to the tarot section of your overall horoscope. First 21 days of November, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. Keep going. Venus is in your sign, giving you the persuasion, the charm, the grace, all of it to keep calm and composed despite what's going on around you. Keep going. There's an eclipse coming up in Gemini, which for you is a lot to do with your belief system. And despite the pressures that are going on in your personal life and your professional life, if you stay patient, Knight of Pentacles, you will attract the support you need and end up in a position where you very much call the shots. Venus in your sign is no joke. It's your ruler. And of course it's having its own moment with Mars and Aries, your opposite sign, your opposite planet. So you're up against very much an energy that you don't understand, but that you know is necessary to be fair, to be balanced. And to get you to where you want to go. Contrast. As Abraham Hicks would say, it's all contrast. If everything were smooth, it would not be that much fun. The High Priestess, the Chariot, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Moon. The moons this month bring great change. 7 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. You're being called to ask with more integrity than everybody else yet again. Page of Cups underneath. Okay, so first things first, what looks to be important with Venus being in your sign is love. 2 of Cups in the positive position, Page of Cups underneath, High Priestess here, and the Moon. As Mercury goes direct this month, as Mars goes direct this month, Mars going direct in your partnership zone, let the energy settle before you go full steam ahead into anything. When Mars goes direct, you're going to initially want to move ahead quickly. You're going to want to rush into a new relationship, rush a relationship along. You're going to want to rush into a job. You're going to want to rush yourself, but you need to rest. With the moon and the Seven of Swords here, not all is as it seems, and you need to be looking after yourself first and foremost. Even if a lot of people are depending on you, you need to be looking after your own health, your own well-being, and your own sanity first and foremost. Neptune around the eclipse goes direct in your sector of work. And in your sector of work, particularly Libra rising, there's been a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's been a lot of people in your workplace that you can't trust. There's been a lot of people trying to manipulate you, gaslight you, take from you, confuse you, lie to you, keep things from you. Again, particularly if you're Libra rising. And Neptune is casting that shadow over that area, which has made you, quite wise to people. It's going to station direct and then continue in a direct motion in December. And until then, don't make too many decisions that rely on anybody else, because Mars is not quite up to full speed in your relationship sector yet. And so you may be dealing with business partners or work colleagues who just aren't quite all there at the moment, which is why you need to be looking after yourself. Now, provided you do that, provided you do take care of yourself regardless of what anybody else is doing, and you keep yourself right and you keep the information you need to by yourself, you have a lot of options and a lot of scope for movement despite the challenges. Yep, new pathways are opening for you, new ways of interacting, new ways of living, new ways of being, particularly in your career. But that's why you need to keep your eye on the prize and not let yourself be swayed or manipulated. With the Chariot in the middle, you want to go, you want to get things done, you want to start, but there's delays. There are things that are just not adding up at the moment. There's things that are taking their time. As the planets start to go direct, we realize that as much as we have waited for this moment, sometimes it's like sea legs. You know, when you get off a boat after being on a boat for a very long time and you're on land, it takes a little minute or two for your legs to adjust to your new footing, your new surroundings, your new path. And it especially takes a bit of time if you've been on a boat that people have been rocking for a very long time. Where people have been unnecessarily challenging. Now, the eclipse in Gemini, especially because that's in your 9th house, and the 9th house I associate very much with truth. Whether it's exaggerated or not. I think, Libra, for you, that eclipse is going to bring some tricky secrets to the fore with that 7 of Swords. But with the aspects of the new moon in Scorpio on the 15th, it's saying that whatever you're deciding to manifest, because this is a beautiful new moon for everybody, and for you it's happening in your financial sector, which is linked to your home life, your privacy, the High Priestess. For the intentions you set around the new moon, try to make sure that if you are focusing on manifesting something into your life, make sure that you really value it. Make sure that it's based on your own principles, your own values of integrity, because you're being called to be very much a person of integrity going forward on this new path with this new information. And you kind of want to keep your nose clean. That's just because Saturn is, as you know, going to move in December. And though we're not there yet, we're starting to get an idea. Love looks good. 2 of Cups, Page of Cups underneath. The love is in your positive position, meaning that your charm, your ability to win people over, attract people is high. It is heightened, it is intense. And for a lot of you, because of the shifting energies, Mercury going direct in your sign, you're finally able to communicate with your partner in a way that is healing and helpful. And if you've simply been finding it hard to communicate your feelings to somebody, this really helps. You know, this really is a time of communication, of healing. There's the storm warning, and there is the angel of balance. So balancing out after a storm. When Mars goes direct, when it stations direct on the 13th, it is doing so, bear in mind, on Friday the 13th. So I think that storm warning is then, because we all know that the energies of Mars is intensified. Well, any retrograde is intensified in the day that it changes. The day that it stations, it's most intense. So for you, with that storm warning and the angel of balance, around the 13th, 14th, keep your cool. The Jupiter-Pluto conjunction on the 12th is a time when... a time when you finally get that karmic lesson in terms of your past, in terms of family, and you can't ignore it. Perhaps that's what the Seven of Swords is, and the Nine of Pentacles. Perhaps that's where you've been selling yourself short. You finally have an understanding with this new moon that you deserve more money, you deserve more abundance, you deserve more opportunities, you deserve more respect, you deserve more value, especially in work. Maybe you deserve a bigger role than what you've been going for. But this pathway will lead you to it nonetheless, provided you keep that strong sense of integrity that we're talking about. Storm warning and the angel of balance. I really love that for you, because I feel that this is just you in your element, in your moment of grace, and Lord knows you've been challenged enough lately. And the angel of balance reminds me of the expression, it's easy to remain an angel when no one ruffles our feathers. But you've done good, I think. I think you've done very, very respectfully in keeping your calm amidst the Mars retrograde. And now that it's going forward, I really do hope that it is showing you your value. And I think one thing that is for certain is that it will bring a lot of value to your love life, to your connections, to your romantic partnerships. For a lot of you, I think from disappointment comes a career opportunity, with the woman holding a coin. And that Magician in the Mirror card is that integral energy of what we put out is reflected back to us, which is why it's pivotal that going forward in work and going forward in career, you are 100% the person that you want to be. You're 100% the person that you want to meet in the morning. Page of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. You're no longer willing to invest your emotional energy in endeavors that don't work for you. You're no longer going to stress over being somebody that you're not, or trying to be somebody else, because you are the Empress. You are an abundant creator of energy. And maybe there's an earth sign that sees that. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And you've maybe wanted them to see it for a while, or at least admit it. So let's hop into your extended. We'll look into the Cancer, the Pisces, the water signs, fire signs, earth signs, and air signs, and see what we get for you, Libra. Okay, so have a wonderful November. I'll see you in the mid-monthlies. Take care. Bye.